Hi guys! Ever wondered if there's a big difference in choosing your hero's job tree? The answer is yes. First off, let's start with the rogue job tree. After maxing your rogue job to 4, you can upgrade to the assassin tree or the zealot tree, which can be divided into 3 stronger classes after level 8. Take note that you gain massive stats after leveling up your job tree. In my experience, it gives more stats than actually leveling up. You can quote me on this, but that's what I noticed. That's why I think one of the main sources of battle power in the game comes from the job tree user interface. So you can either go from Stalker, Ninja, or Samurai from the Assassin tree. Stalker being able to do more crits than the Samurai in exchange for some tankiness in AoE attacks. Then again, the choice is yours and would depend on your team composition. You should choose the Samurai class for your rogue if your tank is going the offensive route, and have skills that are focused on offense so you have a little more defense on your team. It's like having an off tank in your team that can do a little bit of damage. Likewise, go for the Stalker if you want to do a little more damage to help your archer heroes. Ninja is for those who enjoy seeing those ridiculous crit damage. It's best for those heroes that have lifesteal or some kind of invulnerability, or a team with a pure tank. Picking a ninja will balance out the offensive stats your tank is missing, though picking a semi-defensive tank with a pure healer Acolyte will also work, which will produce more DPS for your team. Your rogue can also opt to be the zealot job tree instead of going the assassin tree. This job class focuses mostly on being the offense and defense class instead of pure offense like the assassin tree. And Dragoon being more focused on defense and debuffs your enemies. Most of its Dragoon damage skills is based off defense, which is a bad move if you're coming from the rogue tree. If you do choose the zealot path from rogue, I would only suggest going to either samurai or dark templar, as their abilities are still based on attack somehow and still benefits from your rogue skills. The Dark Templar job focuses on debuffing while dealing damage to your enemies while obtaining a good amount of defense and offensive skills and stats. But all in all, I would personally stick to the Assassin tree for my rogue hero. Going to the Archer job tree is a little similar from the rogue as it's also focused on offense. The main difference in the rogue from the Archer is that the rogue primarily focuses on enhancing its offensive capabilities. I like the Archer, which focuses on dealing damage, continuous damage, and debuffs on single enemy targets. Look at it this way, rogues primarily buff themselves to do DPS, while archers just straight up do damage while debuffing enemies. Picking the Ranger job tree lets you choose between the Grand Ranger and the Arcane Buster. The Grand Ranger is the better version of your Archer class. With higher crit rate and damage over time passive skills, while the Arcane Buster is focused more on attack and bombardment of mana regeneration abilities. So attack bombardment and mana regen is the Arcane Buster's primary skills. They both excel at what they do, which is to do DPS, though picking Grand Ranger is the better option for a more balanced team. Going to the Mage class tree, you'll have 3 options including the Arcane Buster. Elementalist being your ultimate glass cannon, being able to launch multiple missiles as passive skills with good crit rate and skill damage increases. Or the Shaman job tree, which is in the middle of healing and glass cannon category. Shamans are able to do mediocre damage while is able to heal and give shields to your party. The Warrior class is your team's vanguard and can go from Zealot to Crusader job tree. The Crusader, you can either go to Defender or Paladin job class. The Defender class is the main tank of the game. This class specializes in soaking up damage for your team, negating damage, removing CC and such. This is the go-to job if you want to have pure tank hero. The Paladin on the other hand is also a great tank with healing and a lot of regeneration abilities that is based off its defense stats. Having an Defender can let your Acolyte focus on damage with little healing and CC disables. And opting to the Paladin can also make your Acolyte focus on the offensive, but will require you to have some CC removing skills for your team. Last but not the least is your Acolyte class. You can either go Mage or Cleric when on this job tree. Mage being on the offensive side and Cleric being on the defensive side. The last main class is the Archbishop, which has the most healing capabilities in the game. This class is equipped with CC removing skills and skill damage decreasing buffs to help your team survive. Basically, picking Archbishop is an option if your warrior chooses the Zealot path. All in all, those are the main job categories for the game. Also, a good tip when using limited resources such as Valianite, it's always good to max purchase the 6-star relic selector. Don't make the same mistake that I did when I purchased the 6-star gear using this precious currency. Well, that's a brief explanation of the pros and cons of all the job class in the game. Hope this guide was helpful. See you guys next time.